when it comes to basketball in Zimbabwe, we do have new champions. Basket Hounds were crowned the Basketball Union of Zimbabwe national champions this past weekend. They dethroned the defending champions, JBC. This was an 81-68 win, quite a dominant win in the finals, which were played at Regina Mundi High School in Gweru. And by virtue of that, Basket Hounds will be Zimbabwe's sole representative at the Basketball Africa League. And all this is even more amazing when you just factor in that they are just 2 years old, but clearly they are no toddlers when it comes to the game of basketball. And joining me, like I promised you in the first hour, is Russell Nemutambwe. He's the Basket Hounds coach. Coach, good morning. Thank you for making time. I'm sure you're still in celebratory mode to join us on this Wednesday morning. First of all, congratulations on being crowned a national basketball champions. Like, I'll admit, like, I'd hardly heard about Basketball Hounds. Next thing, you guys are champions. How does it feel? How did you guys do it?
Thank you, Tich, for having me. Yes, the feeling up to now, I still can't. I don't know. I'm still numb. It came too soon. I didn't want to be overexcited about it, about the project, but I knew we were heading the right way. When we started this whole project with me and Vitalis Chikoko, that was the end game to make it to the big stage, the BAL winning national league, winning league. But we wanted to take it one step at a time, and second season, and we're already at the top.
JBC have been one of the preeminent forces in basketball in Zimbabwe. I think, probably won some of the most titles, more than most clubs. To then come in as a 2-year-old club and beat the defending champions in one of the clubs that has such a storied history in basketball. Like, how did you guys achieve that?
It took a lot of scouting. I'm one coach who likes scouting other coaches and other teams as well, players. So it took a lot of that, and preparing our boys. When you're coaching a young side, you really need to be thorough when it comes to drilling them, making them believe and all that. It's different from when you're teaching seniors. They know what's at stake. But coaching young players, you really have to be thorough. And I feel like I should commend our technical department. We did a better job in doing that and trying to conscientize them where we are, where we were, and where we wanted to go. And it all came out nice. It all came out together.
You did mention that this was a brainchild between you and France-based Vitalis Chikoko. I know he recently had his own individual success, being named MVP. But how did this come into play? How did you guys have that conversation or that discussion to say, you know what, we want to form a club? Because what I also love about this is that there are players from Bindura, Zawarasekwa, Glenview, areas which maybe traditionally are not regarded as basketball strongholds, but you've been able to put players from those places together and become champions of Zimbabwe. Maybe let's start at the beginning. You and Vitalis, how do we get to Basketball Hounds?
Yeah, so me and Vitalis, we're best friends, we're brothers. I can say we're brothers. So we came through this sort of like same, in the basketball circles where you're coming, Vitalis coming from Glenview, me coming from Chitungwiza. And now Vitalis is in France, me, I'm at the Heritage School, I'm in Bordeaux, So it was a way of saying we need to give back to where we came from. And we knew what we wanted to achieve because we've been there. So it was just a matter of just putting our heads together, and me, I was in the coaching department, him playing, and we just have to put everything together. And it became sort of like easy because, like I said, we know how it is out there in the ghettos, and it was our dream to say we need to get the youngsters off the streets. We could have been doing drugs, or I see a lot of people of my age, of our age, were the same age, me and Vitalis, Right now, it's not looking good for them. And we thank basketball, you know, the life lessons it taught us, the discipline, you know, the times you're supposed to be doing drugs or whatever, you've got a basketball training, you've got a basketball game to think of, you've got something basketball to do. So for us, it's just a way of giving back and trying to, you know, lift the next person out of, you know, those circles.
All right, 2 years in, you guys national champions. I know you still talk about how you're wanting it to soak in and all that, but you know, there's the Basketball Africa League, which is basically like we're talking about the European Champions League. It's like the Champions League of basketball in Africa. You guys, you know, from just dreaming about just playing in the Rwanda Basketball League to going on and win the national champion, now you guys are going to be part of this continental competition. What are your expectations? What are you guys hoping? I know you tempered them down when you're talking about what you're expecting in terms of the national title, but going into Africa, like how do you guys approach this now?
Yeah, it like I said, it came way too soon. But
are you ready?
Yeah, we're going to try to be ready. I believe in asking, seeking advice, and all that. We have people who've been there before, with mercenaries, with JBC. We're going to try and engage them and see some of the challenges they faced, some of the success stories they've heard, you know. And in terms of playing, I've been scouting the BAL, like the season 4, season 2, season 3. I've been scouting. So in terms of that, I think we kind of know what we're getting into. It's just the admin side and, you know, the other logistics that we still need to fine tune. But I think we kind of know what we're getting into. Even the recruits that we need to boost our squad.
And then just maybe from a general perspective, looking at the state of basketball in Zimbabwe right now, obviously you guys are the best of the crop. But do you think we're in a good space from a basketball perspective?
Yeah, we you know, it's a 50-50. But let me say 60-40. we are better. If you look at our Harare League right now, the Super 6, it's exciting. You know, the standard there is amazing, and I've seen other provinces following suit. I've seen Mutare, I've seen Bulawayo, and you know, if we all have a stage like Super 6 in all the provinces, I'm sure basketball will be in a great state. Yeah.
And just before I let you go, obviously you said this was a brainchild of you and your close childhood friend Vitalis Chikoko. How hands-on is he with this particular Basket Hounds project? Because I know he obviously has his own stuff that he's doing in France. What capacity is he part of the project now? I know he was a founder, but is he still actively involved in the project?
Yeah, he is actively involved. We are always hands-on. I do the day-to-day. I run around. I do everything. And here and there, we give each other feedback because he's busy most of the time that side. I'm also busy this side. You know, like I said, I have work and I also have basketball. So, yeah, he is. We are in touch. He's hands-on, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Russell, and wishing you all the best as you guys prepare to go and hopefully conquer Africa. I know you're going to be like, no, I'm not expecting anything, but wishing you all the best. I love your guys' story, and I hope you guys can continue to grow in leaps and bounds.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, that is Basket Hounds, the new name in town when it comes to basketball, the current Zimbabwean national club champions. And I was speaking to their coach, Russell Nemutambwe. And you know what, they've got big things planned for Africa, and we'll definitely be following that journey.
Konapo, Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.